Yes, we've got the same storm system that's been impacting California. It is now moving east, but here's the thing. Right now, it's not all that impressive out to the west, and when it gets here, it's also not going to be all that impressive. So if you're expecting a big snowstorm, well, unless you live in far northwest Oklahoma and the Panhandle, I really wouldn't expect to see a whole much of that.
Hey,
so
did you say what was that?
something, well, I don't know if that was on air or just in my ear. I'm just hearing voices all of a sudden. You know, we've got clear skies. It's our Norman regional camera, part of our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. We're at 43 degrees, got a northwest wind at 18 miles an hour. Wind chill values, though, in the mid-30s. We've got low 40s across the north, upper 40s and low 50s really all across the southern half of the state, with a northwest wind between about 10 to 20 miles an hour. So a little breezy, but because we have the wind, it's a northwest wind. Temperatures are a little cold. Well, the wind chill, it's certainly a factor. It feels more like the low to upper 30s across the north, mid and upper 30s really across central Oklahoma, in the mid 40s across the far south. Wind chills won't be a factor all day today, though. Eventually that wind will subside quite a bit. High pressure is going to take over, and overnight tonight we will have some passing clouds, but generally things are going to be pretty quiet until we get to the weekend. So again, that storm system on the west coast, it is headed our way, but here's the thing, it's not going to have a ton of moisture to work with. It will certainly have some, and I do expect to see some at least light cold rain during the day for central and parts of southern Oklahoma. But on the backside of that, it will be cold enough that we could see a light wintry mix and even some very light snow in the far northwest and out in the Panhandle. And on the heels of that one, we have another storm coming in by about early next week. And the models are kind of going back and forth of if it's going to happen Monday or Tuesday. Right now, I think the better chances are going to kind of be pushed towards Tuesday, with a chance of also seeing a light wintry mix that could actually include Oklahoma City, but still doesn't look like a whole lot, but it is there nonetheless, and it will be cold behind it. It's going to be still very chilly outside. Temperatures, we're going to try to make it into the 40s for a lot of days, but yeah, the colder air, it's certainly on the way. Winter is certainly not over. We're only in about mid-January. Today, though, shooting for a high of about 56 degrees in Oklahoma City, 53 in Ponca City, and the upper 50s and low 60s across the south. Overnight tonight, we're dropping down into the low 30s, mid and upper 20s across the north. Tomorrow afternoon, back in the mid 50s, upper 50s across the south, and by Saturday, temperatures in the mid 40s. So again, it's going to be more or less a really cold rain, but by later in the evening, it could get cold enough that we could see a few snowflakes mixed in, but again, it wouldn't accumulate much. To the north, it will be colder, 34 in Alva, 38 in Woodward. We're also going to eventually have that northwest wind between about 20 to 30 miles an hour. So here's what it looks like Saturday morning. I think there's a 100% chance that we're at least going to have some light rain around. The farther north and west you go, it's going to be a little bit colder. So in far northwest Oklahoma, it's more or less guaranteed that, yes, we're going to have some light snow, but again, it's going to be pretty light. Saturday afternoon and evening, the light wintry mix will continue across the north, with still some very light rain across central and eastern Oklahoma, and possibly some light snow out in the Panhandle. So how much snow are we looking at? Again, it's really not going to be a whole lot. I think you're going to have to travel very far to the north and west, probably again May, Buffalo, but before we even see maybe a couple of inches of snow. Parts of the Panhandle, the far western Panhandle, we could pick up over a couple of inches. And then after that, it's going to be a little bit colder. So here we go. So Saturday, temperatures in the mid 40s. We're going to be in the upper 40s on Sunday and dry. But again, Monday, Tuesday, that's the time frame to watch for the chance of a little bit better of a wintry mix in Oklahoma City. Right now, temperatures in the upper 30s. Behind it, it's going to stay cold. Highs in the upper 30s, low 40s by next Thursday. And by next Friday, we're talking about a lot of sunshine with highs in the upper 40s. Lisa, back to you.
Cassie, thank you.